Thursday, July 17th, approximately 5:26 p.m., Windsor police officers from our target-based unit were in the area of the 1700 block of Ford Boulevard. The officers were in the area trying to gather information regarding a rash of recent break-and-enters on the city's east side. I can tell you that within the last 7 weeks, we've identified at least 20 break-and-enters to residences that have been happening in the afternoon hours. So these officers, who are plainclothes officers, were in that neighborhood, going up and down the streets, actively looking, actively engaged in trying to identify a suspect who was responsible for these break-and-enters. At approximately 5:26 p.m. yesterday afternoon, officers observed a suspicious-looking male party. He was leaning up a bicycle along a fence at a residence in the 1700 block of Ford Boulevard. This male party had a backpack slung over his shoulder, and he walked into the back area of the residence towards the rear of the residence. So although he was, they lost sight of him momentarily, approximately 2 minutes later, they saw him emerging from the back of that residence, very rapidly walking towards his bicycle, putting items into a backpack. He slung the backpack back on his shoulder and was riding off. Officers could also hear an audible alarm. There was an alarm system with this residence that activated, and they could clearly hear that the alarm was sounding. So they pursued this individual on his bicycle, and they eventually caught up to him on Lasaline, where he was taken off the bicycle and subsequently placed under arrest. Officers recovered from his backpack a pair of gloves, as well as 2 pry bars. Additional officers who attended the area attended the residence in question, and they indicate that there's fresh pry bar marks on the back door, as well as that door was insecure. It was breached. It's where he actually broke into the residence. So he was placed under arrest. Officers were able to obtain his identity at that time. We now know that his name is John Miles. He's a 32-year-old male. Officers attended a residence on Reginald where this male is known to frequent, and at that residence they obtained a quantity of what is believed to be stolen items from these recent break-and-enters. So police today obviously are cataloging these items and trying to marry them up to individual break-and-enter reports that we have had over the past 7 weeks or so. Target-based officers will be contacting victims of recent break-and-enters, trying to reunite them with the property that we have now in our custody at that time. So that's where we stand today in the investigation. This investigation is ongoing. Police are looking